We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with a pretty interesting update regarding arguably the biggest talking point coming out of last night's edition of Monday Night Raw, because for those of you who may have missed it, the Retribution faction appeared on Raw in a big segment where they officially signed with WWE, with the members showcasing new looks, masks, and names, with a few notable ones being T-Bar and Slapjack, and apparently the future is now very bleak for Retribution if the backstage reaction of high-level WWE management during Retribution's segment is any indicator. According to one of our sources, when Retribution came out with their new masks, names, and overall changed looks, backstage officials couldn't help but laugh behind the scenes because of how ridiculous they believe the storyline to be, as well as the changes made to Retribution this week. And considering Vince McMahon is trying to book Retribution as a serious and dominant faction, this comedic reaction from creative and other backstage officials is certainly worrying, to say the least, regarding the future of Retribution in WWE. One source has also mentioned that fellow WWE superstars felt pretty bad for Retribution after last night's bizarre and downright terrible booking of the group, with many WWE wrestlers apparently feeling the worst for Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez, who they believe have worked very hard to make this whole Retribution angle feel legitimate and important. We have been told that after last night, Vince is now coming to the realization that the whole Retribution stable storyline is essentially a failure, and the whole angle is going to be coming to an abrupt end very soon. One new rumor has indicated that this whole Retribution storyline will likely culminate in Effectively End at Survivor Series 2020, when it is rumored that Vince will be booking a Team WWE versus Team Retribution match this year for the pay-per-view, and as you would likely expect, Team WWE would be picking up the win over Retribution, and the Retribution stable would then dissolve shortly afterwards, with some of the members of the group then getting split up and sent over to Raw or SmackDown, or even back down to NXT as singles competitors. Let us know your thoughts on the storyline development of Retribution last night on Raw, and do you agree with many backstage officials and now Vince that the whole angle has basically been botched after the new masks and names of the members were unveiled last night? Or do you believe that Retribution is still recoverable and salvageable, and that the group still has lots of potential left, and perhaps all Retribution needs is a big star backing the group like a Kevin Owens, for example? As we had reported in one of our previous videos regarding rumors of the new Monstrous heel Roman Reigns changing his ring attire and theme music to fit the changes made to the big dog in WWE, it appears as though these rumors are proving to be true, because in a recent interview, Roman Reigns revealed that he will in fact be changing up his ring gear beginning at the upcoming Clash of Champions 2020 pay-per-view event, with Roman stating that while fans should not expect him to completely change his look, with an example being Roman Reigns reverting back to the trunks he wore for a brief period of time during his stint in NXT, Reigns will be getting rid of the Shield vest and simply wrestle in his cargo pants without a shirt to showcase his monstrous new physique, which would definitely fit his gimmick better, and also freshen up Roman's persona in WWE. On top of that, Roman Reigns also revealed that new theme music is on the way as well, and while it apparently will not be ready in time for Clash of Champions, Roman Reigns mentioned that the new theme song will be coming very soon, likely well before the WWE's next pay-per-view event, Hell in a Cell, and one of our sources has mentioned that Roman's new theme music will be vastly different and unique compared to his current Shield-like song, and will really set Reigns apart from the rest of the roster. Let us know your thoughts and opinions of the rumors of Roman Reigns getting a new ring attire and theme music proving to be true, and do you think Reigns would look better without his signature Shield vest and attire and also a new theme song to better fit his current gimmick and move away from the Shield stigma, or do you believe that Roman's better suited keeping his Shield gear and music, and that it would be a big mistake for WWE to change this at this point? As most of you are likely aware, former United States Champion Robert Roode has essentially been missing from WWE TV since around March 2020 due to the ongoing global situation, but according to a big new backstage rumor, the WWE are secretly planning to have Robert Roode return on Monday Night Raw within the next 2 weeks, and apparently Vince McMahon is reportedly planning to give Robert a legitimate push this time around following Roode's return to WWE, with one of our sources mentioning that over the past couple of months, Robert had basically informed Vince that he has been very unhappy over the direction of his career in WWE on the main roster recently, and that Roode told McMahon that if he was going to be treated the same way as before, that being continuously underutilized, he would rather stay at home and ride out the rest of his current WWE contract. to then leave WWE and finish off his career in a company that would use his talents better, likely AEW. We have been told that McMahon does not want to lose Robert Roode to All Elite Wrestling, considering he reportedly thinks that Robert Roode could easily become a main eventer for AEW, and one source noted that Vince is planning to push Robert Roode following his return, with the hopes that Roode will decide to re-sign with the WWE later this year when his contract expires. While it's unlikely that Roode would win the title, we have been told that Vince is even planning on giving Robert Roode a storyline involving the WWE Championship on Raw immediately following his return, meaning that Roode's push will be quite substantial to start off with. We now have our main story featured in this video, and it is regarding the new and surprising rumors of Seth Rollins once again joining forces with Roman Reigns in the very near future, perhaps as early as the upcoming Clash of Champions 2020 pay-per-view event, as a huge swerve during Roman Reigns' Universal title defense against his cousin Jey Uso. As most of you are likely aware, the WWE's Draft or Superstar Shakeup is right around the corner, and we have been informed that Seth Rollins is a superstar who is being considered backstage in WWE to be drafted over to SmackDown later this year as one of the big roster trades. And apparently McMahon feels the current heel Seth Rollins would be a perfect fit alongside the new heel Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, with one source mentioning that Seth Rollins' current feud with the Mysterio family is simply being extended until the Superstar Shakeup, and his next big storyline will apparently be on SmackDown with Roman Reigns. A new backstage rumor has revealed that if Seth Rollins aligns with Roman Reigns at Clash of Champions 2020, he would essentially help Roman Reigns defeat his cousin Jey Uso, with Roman and Seth then officially beginning their partnership on SmackDown. But if the WWE hold off on the storyline until after the Superstar Shakeup, Seth Rollins would reportedly immediately partner up with Roman Reigns on his first official night as being a blue brand superstar, with Paul Heyman revealing that he has a new client in Seth Rollins, and would be managing both Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns moving forward on SmackDown. A very likely scenario or outcome of this rumored big plan that Vince is considering would be the heel Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman eventually turning on Seth Rollins early next year, thus leading to Seth Rollins turning back to a babyface superstar, a change Vince feels Seth is needing very soon, with WWE then booking a Roman Reigns vs Seth Rollins feud for the Universal Championship on Friday Night SmackDown heading into WrestleMania 37 next year. And this is now reportedly the plan WWE are considering for Reigns, now that The Rock is seemingly hesitant about returning for another match, especially now during the ongoing global situation, and McMahon believes another Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins feud would draw big ratings for WWE, especially now that the roles would be reversed and Reigns would instead be the bad guy, with Seth as a sympathetic face superstar trying to overcome the beast Roman Reigns. Let us know your thoughts on the WWE planning to reunite Seth Rollins and heel Roman Reigns in the near future, perhaps as early as Clash of Champions 2020, and do you think this would be an interesting storyline on SmackDown, or should the WWE move in the direction of another big feud for Roman Reigns as Universal Champion, like The Rock for example?